Cincinnati. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Huh? I have...
The Cincinnati Bengals versus Cam Newton and the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand, and this is a game where the defenses, they need to be on their toes because you've got quarterbacks here, yes, that can throw the football, but they can also run it very well too.
Mobile quarterbacks. Remember, for the longest time, they used to tell the quarterbacks, stay in the pocket. We don't want you outside of it at all. Nowadays, that mobility, truly an asset, and people are game planning for it. As a scout told me recently, we are actually working with what the colleges are giving us nowadays.
Push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton.
And when he's at the top of his game, you see that big smile. That's when you know everything is clicking. That means he's accurate throwing the football. They can't get him down in the run game, and his team is having a whole lot of fun because when they score a touchdown, some fan's going to get lucky and get the game ball.
First down, it's Newton. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. So here are the Bengals now with a long field ahead of them. Leading him out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural Deshaun Watson.
So this is what we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball. Run it inside. Everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road.
How to get it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
But they didn't have their normal cushion there in order to punt the ball away. It leads to a lot of anxiety for the team kicking the football.
But for the punter, you know that you've got to get rid of that quickly there. Not quick enough.
And also, not stepping behind you and stepping over the end line for a safety. That one gets blocked, and it's 6 points.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play.
Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also is a bunch of margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
But it's going to be second down. Throwing again is Watson. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Sims says, let's bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. To try again after the sack. Newton to the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders.
Newton's pass.
The reception good for 7. It's third down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Throwing on third down. Newton. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out, and the Bengals will get the football back. Well, that was a long attempt to begin with, so the fake you might have known was somewhat of a possibility. Credit to the defense, though. They weren't fooled.
You're right, they weren't fooled, and they were in a position of having to play it both ways. Guard for the fake, but you still want to rush the kicker because it was a makeable kick. So they ended up getting the best out of the whole thing. Stuffed the fake, and they take over the ball.
Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Watson's pass intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They started on the ground with Eckler. Room here to run. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. These two teams all tied after one.
Score tied 7-7.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Now it's Newton going to keep it himself. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
First and goal, Kansas City.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Rolling to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Wiggles free. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
About a half yard from the end zone, third and goal. From the gun, here's Newton. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Cam Newton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback when it's a goal line situation. A guy who's not afraid to tuck the ball, give his body up, and get into the end zone. That ought to inspire his entire team.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Coleman, the ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On second and 11 now. Watson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
DJ Hall on the
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing middle, and it's It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Second down and goal. Watson, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Newton, and the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Now following the interception, here's Newton. They'll roll him out right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. So we have reached halftime with it. We now proceed to the start of the second half. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback.
Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates. I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying up.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Steps away to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
5-yard line.
From the gun, Newton. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Cam Newton with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the 2nd half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Von Bell.
Intercepted by the Chiefs. They'll take over.
The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
From the 36, Newton.
And that's into the hands of Eckler.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Tack McKinley. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. Looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. 3rd and long. It's Watson. He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
First down.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 12 more yards there and another first down.
First down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the red zone now, Watson. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Newton. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Jamie Gillen now. He's been terrific so far. Fielded just inside the 20. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To throw again, Watson, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now a first down throw, Watson. Over the middle to Beckham. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Devin Duvernay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now left side on the swing pass. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And apparently he knew what he was doing as he winds up bringing this out past the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He goes full extension, and he's got it. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
They just have to think in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lap. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and now it's third down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Watson to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
It's now 3rd and goal.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. Watson now to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And he has got it. So barring something crazy on the kickoff, we're looking at an extra period to decide this one. A 10-play drive that time. And the touchdown capped off by the PAT, and that means that we are likely heading to overtime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Newton. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Will Disley, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Now Newton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end. Going to overtime because neither one...
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
From the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack on first down, Watson got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Cincinnati, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.